Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Makakudash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Dawadah from the Men of Valor campaign in Greenville, South Carolina, coming back with another video in sincerity and in truth, and Lord willing, it could be edifying. All right, and got some breaking news. All right, things are happening very quickly, and hey, shit is moving, man. All right, shit is moving. This is ZeroHedge.com. Says China strikes back, hikes tariffs on U.S. goods to 84% as trade war goes nuclear. All right, and as we know, yesterday, Trump actually raised 50% tariffs to 104 or something like that, which he also is supposed to impose another 50%. All right, so you're in a trade war, man. All right, and you people don't understand how tariffs work. You expect the same motherfuckers that have been lying to you, the same motherfuckers that have been, deceiving you, that explain to you how tariffs work. You are going to pay on the back end. It is going to be tacked to the end of the price tag of the everyday goods that you Americans buy. Okay, so the price of everything is about to shoot up 15-20%. On top of it already being expensive, on top of people already not making much money to cover expenses, on top of people already being in debt. All right, this is going to wipe out the middle and lower class. All right, and which was their plan. So it says update after Beijing's overnight inaction in response to President Trump's now 104% effective rate tariffs on Chinese goods and the release of white paper on trade between two superpowers. There now appears to be a response from the China side. Bloomberg reports that China plans to counter Trump's tariffs with an effective tariff rate of around 84%, escalating the trade war. These countermeasures go into effect on Thursday. It says a day earlier, China vowed to fight to the end. All right, and this is the spirit that are on America's enemies now. All right, not only just economically, because right now it's going to be economic, but soon it's about to be military. All right, it says if the U.S. insists on new tariffs, Chinese exports were already facing blanket levies imposed this year and punitive taxes from Trump's first term and the following Biden administration. China also added 6 firms to its unreliable entity list and 12 U.S. entities to its export control list. Initially, Trump justified the 34% tariff hike on China as a fair way to match the barriers that Beijing has in place against U.S. firms and goods, and then added to them after Beijing retaliated with its own levies. In markets, European equities futures are down more than 3%. Equity futures in the U.S. are down over 1% for the S&P 500 and NASDAQ. All right, so it's been affecting the stock market. It's been affecting your 401ks. It says, and what a mess. The PBOC has been propping up Chinese markets while the Federal Reserve has been stuck in a wait-and-see mode as the basis trade unravels. President Donald Trump reciprocal tariffs took effect on 12:01 a.m. Wednesday in Washington, sending the shockwaves through the global markets as he advanced the American First agenda to reshape the international economic order. In a notable shift from the previous tariff rounds, Beijing refrained from immediately firing back with countermeasures to the new 104% effective rate tariffs. Instead, Beijing released a 28,000-character white paper detailing its economic relationship with the U.S. as foundational to global stability. China State Council information offered release the white paper on Wednesday titled China's Position on the Issues Concerning China-U.S. Economic Trade and Relations. The paper provides statistics about China-U.S. economic and trade relations. It says China does not deliberately pursue a trade surplus, the white paper said, adding the trade imbalance in goods between China and the U.S. is both an inevitable result of structural issues in the U.S. economy and consequence of the comparative advantage and international division of labor between the two countries. And Trump is trying to bring manufacturing and everything over here. They're not going to do it fast enough before all of the price of these goods, get higher. They're talking about making iPhones here, bringing car manufacturing back over here. But Babylon, all right, here's the news flash. Babylon ain't got enough time to be able to do that. All right. This is going to kill the markets. All right. This is going to kill your people's 401k, your retirement, your future. All right. This is a money grab, a transfer of wealth. All right, the rich are going to get richer, and you're going to get poorer. You're going to get priced out. All right, as well as they're making way for this new system. All right, what you silly Americans don't understand is China is one of the largest holders of U.S. debt via treasuries. All right, and they have like about around $1 trillion in U.S. treasuries that they own, U.S. debt that they own, and they're gonna start selling them off, man. They're banning Hollywood movies over there, which is good, because it's nothing but fucking poison anyway. But nonetheless, we're seeing that the relationship between America and China is faltering, and because it's faltering, you people don't realize how much you actually rely on China for shit, man. All right, but you people will figure it out soon. That sticker shock, and is gonna you people are gonna be lamenting just like you've been lamenting. Going to your fucking useless jobs. That's another thing. They about to get rid of all these jobs and stuff. All right, you people don't know what's coming to you at all. All right, you more worried about what's going on in black culture. What this thought doing, what that thought doing, what this nigga doing, and what that nigga doing, when the Lord is making moves on the earth. All right, and you don't see it. All right, but us as the watchmen and those that have the spiritual ears to hear, the spiritual eyes to see, we're paying attention. We're paying attention. We're watching. We see that this is the end. All right, we know other things have to go down. All right, they're supposed to be doing some type of direct talks with Iran. That's going to fall through. We know they're going to go to war. We know World War III is coming. We have a more sure word of prophecy. You people are tossed to and fro with every wind of doctrine because you don't know what the hell is coming. Because the spirit isn't rested upon you to know what's coming. And when shit hits the fan, you people are going to lose your fucking minds. You people are going to bug out. All right, but what we're seeing right now is America's allies and the allies of Esau are starting to turn against them. All right, so let's get this in Obadiah 1 and verse 6. It says, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All right, so how is this devil, pretty much starting to get exposed? All right. Hey, via the internet. All right, I watched the whole thing on Libya because what they want to do with Iran is they want to do like a Libya-style transaction with the dismantling of its nuclear program. Okay, and the average person don't know what the fuck happened with Libya. You don't do your research. And Obama was president when they pretty much fully toppled Libya. All right, but all these niggas, see Obama as, he was a nice guy. He was, first black president, But that nigga was dropping bombs, bro. They were destabilizing governments. Libya was a thriving economy that wanted to become self-sufficient outside of the West. Okay? And of course Esau didn't like that shit. So they bombed it. They took the oil, they took the gold, and they destabilized the country. They killed Gaddafi. Or they had rebels set up to kill Gaddafi. But they were funded. They were funding these rebels, man. All right, we're closer to World War III than ever before. We're closer to economic turmoil than ever before, man. And you people think life is just good. It's going to come upon you as a thief. So his hidden things are being searched out and sought up, man. Verse 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee. Okay, so China for a long time had great, relationships with America. One of America's largest trade partners. So you were a Confederate, you were of the Confederacy. All right, but now they're starting to deceive you. It says, once again, the men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. All right, Russia is starting to prevail against you. China is starting to prevail against you. Iran is popping shit. You can't even squander the Yemenis over there fucking you up. Fucking up your carriers and shit, man. They're not going to be able to fund a war on 4 or 5 different fronts, man. America's stretched thin. They're going to enact the draft. All right, all you niggas about to go fight and die in World War III, man. And it's going to be a shortage of men, and you women, you going to be out here without a fucking covering. You people don't understand what's coming, man. It says, they that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. They broke bread with you. Everybody, China's economy was able to boom, based off his trade, and manufacturing. Because they moved a lot of the manufacturing over here and they moved it over there. That's where iPhone is over. That's where your iPhones and shit is made. Your Nikes and all that. A lot of these American products. Yeah, they might be American. The headquarters might be here, but they're manufactured over in China, and they're putting a fucking tax on it. It says there is none understanding in them. Verse 8, shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom and understanding out of the mount of Esau? And we seeing that. All of his enchantments, he's so smart, man. Now they about to hit y'all ass with a carbon tax. All right, and when they start hitting y'all with carbon taxes, it's up from there, man. You know, that's what they're going to be able to use that to fully, Revelation 12 and 12, your ass, man. Come down with that great wrath. Because Esau knows his time is short. He sees the chariots. He's watching. He sees us prophesying against this place. And ultimately, it's in the hand of the Lord, man. The Lord is hardening the hearts of these devils. All right, every time Trump get on that stand, he imposed more tariffs, man. That's hurting you people's pockets. Most of y'all are the very people that voted for him. If you were on the right, most of these damn devils. Here it is, y'all almost let a damn woman get into the presidency, man. These nations don't look at you as strong, they look at you as weak. All right, but this is the economic collapse, man. This is an economic collapse. We are in the beginning stages of it. We've been in the beginning stages of it. They're not going to come through with any more quantitative easing. You know, they're trying to save the stock market, but it's going to fall, man. The Lord is going to make all of this fall. Guarantee it, man. They're going to try to introduce a new system. They have to do away with the dollar. When China starts dumping their U.S. treasuries, all right, America's not going to have the money to fucking pay them. They're not going to be able to print the money to pay them. So guess what? The dollar is going to be pretty much worthless. They already set up BRICS. They already were trying to set up a currency to buy and sell oil without the U.S. dollar. That's the only thing that's propping the dollar up now. Once these nations decide that they're fully done, you know, especially in the midst of a war, nobody's going to be dealing with the dollar. The dollar going to be worth fucking less than toilet paper, man. Very soon. Hyperinflation going to set in. Stagflation is going to set in. That's what we're seeing. And this trade war ain't going to let up. And you in the midst of a real war. All right, so you damn Edomites are done. All right, you Americans are done. All right, and we're about to laugh, man. We're going to rejoice in our power. So Lord willing, this is edifying. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kakadash, and double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, who rule well, and peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Till next time, shalom.